Shoeless.
It was his idea anyway, so she gonna roll with it.
But look, let me tell you. But she earned it, all right? This is a person who's, I would say, one of the, if not the greatest basketball player, the greatest point guard for sure to come out of Toledo. No, I'm telling you, I'm going to give Zai, I'm going to give Tasha their credit and those who come after, but I'm going to tell you, there's no point guard that has ever been like this, right? So she's also, the basketball coach at Owens, and all you got to do is Google her if you want more information on her. Okay. But we got her here. We have Coach Ramon McBrayer from the Valley, Maumee Valley Country Day School.
Way.
I don't know how they get it from the hood to the valley, baby. They got him here though, but we got.
It's only right.
we got Coach Craig, Rashawn Craig, was from the Jessup W. Scott High School with the S on his chest, with the paw. Although I don't really care for the paw, but you representing for the dogs. Well, you got to, because you're here. The block S, yeah. So that ain't too bad. Matt, who's not here with us today, who's usually on our show, said we copied the S from him. So you gotta beat him. You got to.
Oh man.
You got to.
For a person who
you play him twice or probably 3 times.
Michigan State.
He stole everything Michigan State. The S and the Spartan. And then we got Coach Timothy Pettaway.
Yo.
The accountant of the staff, the one who counts the numbers and provides all the data.
But not the money.
He's definitely confused in that. Look at his t-shirt this week.
He's representing the kids. It's for the kids, man. But he's representing
his kids go there.
Whitmer Panthers, first-year head coach there. Rashawn Craig is a first-year head coach. Sharice Judas is actually going into her. This probably would be like the 3rd season, but they don't have a season, so I don't know if it pauses or whatever the case may be.
2-point pause.
No, it count. I'm getting paid. It count.
It's going into her 19th.
It count.
And going into her COVID-19 season. But nonetheless, you did do the recruiting, so I guess.
Yeah, I'm still currently doing that.
You still recruiting?
Yeah,
so,
for 2021. Yeah.
So with that being said, we're gonna start it off.
School, they ain't got no season.
Hey, we're gonna start it off real quick with a shout out to Fetty Wings. We're providing the chicken that we're eating.
It's my first time. He never judged on the first time. Let me get some more next week.
What time y'all picked this up?
Don't worry about it.
It was hot. I was wondering, was there a microwave?
Hey, look, man. Tell you.
Good.
Let me tell you.
The
executive always do janitorial duties too, baby.
Brian got a mic. I'm in the oven here.
Shout out to Jesse Coleman for that. That's what he say. The executive do manage janitorial services too. So with that being said,
Brian got an oven in here, bro. He must be warm.
The Jesus Initiative is what I call it. Sometimes you gotta wash feet, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta wash some feet sometimes. But humble thyself. But with that being said, we're going to start it off real quick. We're going to get it going. I'm going to just say right here.
Nope.
Nobody, if we played 10 sports, nobody can beat me.
Only thing you beat me is a foot race.
I'll have a number.
That's it. That's what you got is the foot race.
No.
That's it.
We live? Let's ask Chris, have he ever beat me in anything besides racing?
What else have y'all played though?
Whatever you want to play.
He ain't gonna play football.
That's what I want to.
So since you bring that up, right? You beat me in basketball. I'll give you that. But since you want to talk about that, how about Mon got cut for baseball? And Uncle Pete, shout out to Uncle Alfonso Jenkins, if you listening. You remember when you carried Mon home because he cried because he got cut? And little bro had to get him back on the team.
But he only made it because they called him Wheels and he was fast. He couldn't do nothing better.
But why you didn't make it though is the question.
I did make it.
You made it after Wheels got you back on the team.
Oh, that's what it was?
Well, I will say I stopped. Me personally, I stopped playing football in the 4th grade.
Because I seen
a kid get his leg broke. I said, that's not for me.
It was 7th grade for me. I was out.
Everywhere.
And
it was definitely 7th to 8th grade for me.
I stopped playing baseball when I seen the dude get hit in his eye. Damn. I said, that's praying for me either.
Was the sun in his way?
That's deep. That's deep.
I stopped playing sports altogether when I found girls.
For real.
When you found who?
Girls.
Girls.
It's a tragedy. It's a tragedy.
Girls was the sport, dude.
That's the only time I ever been cut in my life. Damn, I don't ever bring that up again.
Baseball? I cut from the baseball team.
Dude, it was
But
politics,
it wasn't
bro.
I wouldn't have cared if he got cut because you need to learn something through adversity. It was a part that my uncle had to carry him home over his shoulder, crying like a wounded sheep, man.
I don't remember that part, bro.
hurt.
A wounded
I don't
sheep.
remember that part. I do remember getting cut, bro. I do remember getting cut. He told carry home. How far did he call?
Did you cry?
From
though?
Joy Brown to Cherry Street.
I'm just asking.
Hey, boy,
I
cry.
seen you cry.
We were
before.
different
You
as
see me cry
kids.
Yes, I have. Twice.
Look, bro.
When
What
you
he
was
cry
holding
for?
the kid at the end of the season, you do tear up.
I feel sorry for the
You
kid,
do
man.
tear up. You
I love my
know to
kids.
tear up.
That was the kid's emotions. Like anything else, I'm tough.
Nah,
Try
bro.
me if you want to.
Nah, bro. Let me tell you. But yeah. So again, I'll just say this. My wife, she can't talk. All right, because we played live 1-on-1,
Yeah, she beat you. That
and I beat her, just so everybody can see.
I don't remember that.
He
I don't
was
remember
cheating.
Definitely
In that
was
little,
hacking
in
her,
that
bro.
little corner
I
spot
win
where you
or
was
not?
throwing me,
Two
you
by two
won.
space.
I'm gonna tell you.
What, by two?
By 3.
Okay.
It was by 3.
He was qualified and you wasn't. I do remember
No,
that.
that's not true.
You wasn't showing no mercy. That's
Bro,
for sure.
you threw me into the
I'm
pole.
gonna tell you why I couldn't show mercy. Because everybody is watching, and everybody come through. I bet you can't beat your wife. I can't bet you can't. So,
But
so,
you can't on the real court. That's why you played in the backyard.
serious. That's a lot.
Too much space.
2x2 space.
Serious.
I ain't even had nowhere to
What's
go.
one thing that I do have over you?
Speed.
All right. So what you mean too much
That's
space?
it.
Oh, he not stronger than you? Oh, my fault.
Man, you see,
Hey.
if you watch the live, you see me take her up.
Hey, but look though,
I took her right up with me.
I'm with you though.
I
Ain't I?
appreciate you. No, listen, Sharice. Look,
Oh, hold on. This
I
might
was
go
all
somewhere
nothing.
else now.
Listen, I was
Chill.
all nothing in basketball.
Okay.
Like they just posted my JV picture on Facebook, bro. You hear me?
As long as you don't get no
was a
jersey,
senior,
babe.
But let me
we
tell
good.
you, nah,
Gotta get the McBrayer Scott jersey.
Hey, gotta get the McBrayer Scott jersey. But let's speak to that though. I guess because
He was
Sharice,
no, I'm just playing.
you put a rule out.
What?
You put a rule out about these jerseys, so you might as well go ahead and say it.
Everybody
Shout out to Jersey Mike for my jersey though.
Mike Chalk, my boy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you should be getting your high
had no
school
accolades.
Talk
jersey.
slow. Talk slow and let them know.
I don't think you should be getting a jersey if you ain't had no varsity time or you know what I'm saying.
Not even time.
Listen, time, stats.
What's your name in that paper
Like-
for some stats? Like
You know what I'm
can't do
saying?
that.
Like-
Can
You
you,
ain't-
can you get a practice jersey?
Ooh.
What we get practice jerseys for?
What we get
You
about
was in
that?
practice. You earned it, right?
Greg,
You're right.
Greg, they getting their jerseys made.
Who?
Custom
People,
jerseys.
Are y'all even
customs.
getting TPS permission?
With
Y'all just
names
out here-
on the back.
don't
Like,
Are y'all even calling the school? Y'all just are getting jerseys made?
Now I did see.
Unless you went to
I did
Libby.
see
Shout out
Coach
to the
Hobson
defunct Libby.
with the Bowser one.
Where is they located?
but Coach Hobson is an
Well, he a
NBA
legend,
player.
yeah.
Look,
He was
you
a
gotta
legend.
get-
Hall of Famer.
But his picture is also on the wall.
I'm about to go get my Burndale Bulldogs
Yeah, no, see, we
7th
can't do
grade
that
jersey
kind
and
of
flex
stuff.
on y'all. Why can't we?
I just don't want it to be watered down. Like, since we got a connect that makes jerseys, that don't mean we get to go make every jersey
This
that
is
we
true.
want. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's keep it authentic though. Like I just think that's doing a lot.
You never came out of. You never got in the game besides scrimmages.
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
wow.
see, I'm with you though. Bench warmers matter.
But no.
No,
Everybody
y'all
supported
don't.
the team.
You
Everybody
couldn't
supported
have
the
been great without the other people.
True.
I'm getting a Burndale
You
Bulldogs
know,
jersey.
you matter. You
It's settled.
matter. But
They
you're
make you
not
better, bro.
jersey making worthy.
You're not Jersey Mike worthy.
Like you're
Not
not
at all.
jersey making. I said making.
Oh,
'Cause
period.
He can
No,
do
listen.
what he want to do
It was some
to
people,
get his
I'm like,
money. But
you
I'm just
played,
saying.
and you gotta.
But bro, like what number did you use? Because you didn't have a varsity number, so
I'm
what,
like,
you used your JV number
I
and
was
somebody
the
else,
dude-
and you used it on the varsity jersey.
I was the dude who had to. Everybody had to pull over warm up, and I had the button on in the corner. One line. Yeah.
I see somebody get a
You
jersey,
know that
man.
was
I see
me.
somebody get a jersey, man. You know, saying and their jersey number was 36.
But
That ain't even legal in basketball. Rasheed Wallace.
I ain't privy to the Jersey world, so I don't.
y'all know it's levels to that.
Yeah, I mean,
levels too.
but speaking of that, I was just seeing Rogers today, and I just think it's so dope. Girls, I'm gonna tell you, I think it's dope, right? They wear, speaking of jerseys, they wear like old school reversibles. Like Rogers don't even have like tops and bottoms matching.
Practice.
I know they
Yeah.
can afford it. I know they can get it. But I think it's dope because it seems like it's humbling to the kids. Like, look, that number 3 you got on, that number 1 you got on, somebody before you wore that. and you gotta live up to that. Like that was somebody else's sweat, right? So like, it literally makes it for me like it make you think like, dog, this person I gotta represent this person. If I'm wearing number 3, that person had 1,000 points as a sophomore. You know,
I didn't even think about it from that aspect.
I think it's dope, bro.
Nobody ever.
But
No,
about that,
not
but
that.
him.
I just think it also makes you think that, well, know that you have to work to get whatever it is that you want to get out of this program, because a lot of programs now, they're giving kids new stuff.
Yeah.
As soon as you come in, you haven't even ran a sprint,
Entitled.
and you get a full practice jersey, socks, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And those are the same kids who you can't depend on. So on the flip side, it's like, we know we're going to win here. We have the culture. But what are you going to do to get in that jersey? I'm not giving you anything. You have to earn it. And I think that's the dope part behind it.
Yeah, and that's what I like the humility part. Like them kids got to work for something. You know, I mean, ain't nobody else in Northwest Ohio who has won 2 state championships, so he can get jerseys if he wanted it. You know what I'm saying?
It's some accountability too, though. Like, why I got to provide everything?
True. I mean, they don't even have matching shorts. Tim,
Maybe he just don't care about practice jerseys.
Tim, you over here. Tim, you over here
He might not
scratching
just
your
care about
beard.
practice
What's your thoughts, bro?
I don't know, man. I coach girls basketball, so I'm gonna chill out.
That is girls basketball.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't trying to burn no bridges. I just got here, cuz. Like, I ain't trying to burn no bridges on the front end. But I like it. I mean, our coaching shirts say 9 minutes. And really, they should say 8 because that's what we did. But it's the amount of time girls had to run a mile in to even try out. Like, to try out, they had to run a mile in 9 minutes, right? So I'm with the idea that, like, you got to have some kind of buy-in. Like, some sweat equity. Like, you got to have some kind of sweat equity to play at the top. Now, if you just want to play freshman JV, then do your thing. But in order to get to the top, you got to have something in there. So, I'm with it. And Roger's been winning. So, they beat me
Maybe
4
everybody
years
need to
straight.
not have no
It ain't a
practice
winning
jerseys.
coach in 10 years
Listen,
that
man,
got
one
more
player
wins
we've
than
been coaching for 16 years ever used that word, sweat equity, bro. Jemiah Neal, I promise. He used that word so much when he was at St. Francis with us, bro.
It's real.
Like, dude, I got sweat equity. Like, you know what I'm saying? Didn't he though, Craig? Like, I'm like,
That's dope.
That's regularly.
Shout out to Jemiah for committing. He just committed to ASU.
And since we on committing,
that's right,
since we on committing, Madison Royal Davis, who probably will touch another probably another 1,000 points before she's done, if we have a full season.
Tank going down.
No, cool. Y'all can go down, but she's still gonna have that 1,000 points. And ain't nobody stopping her from getting that. I mean,
She got 1,000 at Rogers?
she had
Yeah.
she almost had 2,000.
Oh, y'all.
She had like 1,500 in 2 years.
Y'all made them dumbass faces at me like, I ain't know.
I mean,
Yeah, it's a dumb question. I mean, she only
it
averaged
was-
27.
Did she really?
I mean, they was playing. I mean,
Right, they played 30 games a year.
Well, 10 of them was me, so leave me alone. All right?
I mean, the easy 40 Scott weight games. That's 4 games, so that's
For sure.
that's almost 300 right there.
3.5 quarters.
And set out the fourth quarter. But shout out to Madison for committing to Butler. But since we talk about girls basketball too, right? Sharice, I want your thoughts on this first. I just did a whole little look up for Northwest Ohio coaches. 66 teams. It's only 16 women coaches. And I'm sorry, I forgot to say, today topic is expectations. So we're talking about expectations. So with that, if you can we please get up to literally 20 shares, y'all. If you can, just let's get 20 shares of it. Let's have a goal to get 20 shares. So if you're watching this, tuning in, please share this so that we can actually meet our goal. So with that, going back to the 16 female coaches. Like, should we expect it to be more female coach? And even on the college level, you coach on the college level, and you still probably don't see it as much. So, what do you think as far as expectations on the college on the girls' side and women's coaches?
I think for black women's coaches, they are expected to win. They don't really get the leeway to go in and have seasons after seasons of losing before they're fired. Their chances are very, very slim. It's like, you got to get in and produce right now, or we bring in the next person in. When we have coaches like Muffet, who spent her first several years on the down end before she was able to get to the top.
Yeah.
And black coaches, black women specifically, don't get those opportunities often in college basketball.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because even your coach Jamel Elliott, even when she first started, she had a lot of pressure just coming in, inheriting a big senior group. You know what I'm saying? And even though she ended up going like 7 years, but her job was being threatened a lot. You know what I'm saying? And that pressure.
7 years isn't a lot though.
No, yeah.
Especially at the college level, because there's so many different things that go into play. Like we talking about, we got to recruit.
Yeah.
We got to make sure we got the appropriate staff. We got to make sure the people in the back that's going to be taking care of my injured players are good. Like, so it's so many different things that go into it. And then you get a job and you get it in the middle of them firing the coach that was there before you, and his roster is only 10 deep, and half of those girls decide to leave because the coaching changed. So then you got to go find girls to fill your spot because it's so late going into the season. So you end up with girls that play track on your team instead of being a basketball player, and you're trying to figure out how you're going to create a system that works for everybody when you don't have basketball players on every level, you know what I mean? So it's so much stuff. So that first year, you can't expect her to do anything. She really is not going to build till year 3, and you saying she's fired by year 7. So that's kind of a tough job to have. Yeah.
Tim, what's your thoughts? I know you're real big on women's movement, and you support that in every light. So what's your thoughts on women's coaches being a man's basketball coach?
I mean, there's absolutely sexism in the game, right? Like, there's absolutely the idea that, and I'll be honest, when I was building my coaching staff, and I told Boom this, like, I was very intentional about wanting women on the staff. Yeah. But a lot of that was, one, representation, right? Like, I coach girls basketball. I need women around. Like, there's certain things I just cannot do. But two, like, I want all the women on my staff to become head coaches. Like, I don't want you under me for 20 years, right? I want you to, like, spend a couple years here and then go on and do something. Like, I want to be able to, like, put in your referral and be like, yeah, no, she's got it. She's ready. Da-da-da-da-da. Like, I wasn't trying to be a head coach. Right. Like, I told you that. Like, when I coached under you, that was never my goal.
Comes under my tutelage, you know what I'm saying?
But no, like, anybody I've ever coached, I've always been like, no, I'm good. I ain't never want to do that. This kind of, like, fell into my lap, right? Like, in so many ways, it fell into my lap. I was the right time, right place thing. Right. But there's absolutely sexism. Now, I will say, like, a lot of women are jumping into the men's game. Like,
dude, I really think Sharice can be.
It took so
absolutely,
long,
you
but I love it.
She can be a real prime time boys coach. So, Craig, what's your thoughts, or what's your expectation when you see women's coaches, and now Scott has Misha Green, who's a females coach and everything. So, what's your thoughts on women's coaches, or should it be?
Just from a man's perspective, the first thing I would think about is, like, what's their obstacles. What obstacles do they gotta, like, just even if we talk in the high school level, like, okay, maybe you might get a little stipend, but, like, what do you gotta do at home? Like, do you got kids? Are you a single mom? You know what I'm saying? Like, all that stuff plays a part when you dealing with a basketball program, especially as a head coach.
Yeah.
Just think a single mom with 2 kids trying to be a head coach of a girls' basketball or boys' basketball program.
I take her over a married man. And honestly, because I know at this point, I know a single mom knows how to get it done. Right? A man, like, I don't know, like, you don't never know what you're going to get with us, quite honestly. Like, we talk that talk, but you don't know what we're going to get with us.
But so many things can happen.
But what
are you essentially saying?
I'm saying
that
as
a single
above, mom. As a single mom, above a single man who just go on about as they put.
That's a hell of an expectation to put out, like, because if I'm single, if anything happens, I'm taking the kids, and I'll still be willing to be a head coach, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I think definitely taking the kids, but
but I think life
coming with me.
I think life happens in everywhere.
He ain't coming with me.
But I will say
he
that
only said that because of the way he grew up, though. You know what I mean?
Man, listen, ain't nobody having my kids, bro.
Exactly.
And it ain't happening.
A father in your life.
That's good, but I'm trying to find the point right here with the single.
Oh, well, I'm just saying that to say
we got 30
I think
shares.
That's an obstacle that. In that
is
life,
it making it tougher?
Yeah,
like,
it's
what are you
making
saying?
it harder, yeah, for them to be. I don't want to say successful.
So are you
just
saying
even acquiring? Because even for like when you go into an interview and they say, "Hey, what challenges do you face?" Just like you fill out an application, do you have a car? Hey, do you got kids?
Yeah.
So you saying
You
that?
got an infant?
That's
You know what I'm saying?
that's straight
That's
discrimination.
sexism.
But are we? So are you saying? But so
But
you?
they ask those
But that's the
questions.
sexism I'm talking about, right? Because if you ain't gonna ask me, don't ask her. I got kids. I got 3 of them. Right? Like if you ain't gonna ask me, don't ask
But
Boom.
you know what happened.
Are you
It does,
saying
but that's
that,
the trash part.
So are you saying because they're single they don't apply? What are we saying here with this statement? Is what I'm trying to figure out.
I'm just pointing out obstacles that women may face that men don't.
And that's straight crap. You know why? I'm gonna say. I'm the only reason why I say.
So are you essentially thinking that she can't handle the job because she's
I'm
single?
not saying that. We just talking.
It's a liability, huh? Because I'm
He's
gonna tell
saying
you
the
why.
perspective that most
no,
people
no, I know.
have.
I ain't speaking, but I get it because I think it's a liability because of the fact. Even I 100% don't agree with it, but I think Sharice is a liability. There's no way Sharice isn't a college like a primetime Division I basketball coach in my eyes. I mean, she's coached Division I players, turned into All-Americans. She's did the high school thing. Went and did 2 years of grad assistant at a Division school, at a Division I school. Held herself down while being pregnant and driving there and going to class. Literally leaving at 5 in the morning, getting back at 10. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes even after the stay at night.
Dang, dude, what was you doing?
What was I doing?
Doing all that? What was you doing?
I was living La Vida Loca. I was never gonna say. But I will say that she becomes a liability in a lot of people's eyes because she is a husband. She is a mother. So they know a mother's intuition is to drop everything, Craig's in trouble type of thing, right? Which is crap. Because what they don't know is they need to interview me and let me know I can hold this thing up. Excuse me. I can hold this down while she's on the road. And we started off like that while she was in Missouri. So you know what I'm saying? So I think it's whack. I just think it's whack.
No, honestly though, it's not even that. You know what it is? If you're not part of they circle, you're not getting hired. It don't matter what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be part of that college circle.
So
like,
what about high school?
what about
high school? Because it's 66 girls basketball team in Northwest Ohio. District 7.
A lot of ADs probably scared
It's
to hire a female.
66. 16 of them are women.
I don't know.
Bro, what percentage is that, Tim?
What? I didn't hear the number.
16 out of 66.
Yeah.
Are you talking like maybe 25?
Come on, man.
Close to?
But you know what I'm saying? You know, on the girl side, there's so many older coaches who've been doing it for 25
Yeah,
years,
that need to
20
get out the way and
there
let
we go.
somebody else come and do it.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So they AD is so comfortable with them because they
Nah,
trust
bro.
them because they've been doing it for so long. So that's why, you know, some of those percentages is so low because of the longevity of the coach that been there.
So do the coaches hold those positions for so long because there's no expectations?
Yes, I'm gonna have to agree with
I'd be
that.
the one to say, and in
like,
some districts that we're not going to call out by name, you can stay for 40 years and win 7 games.
Yeah.
Like, they don't fire people. Like, you can't get... I always...
Oh,
when
you
I
want
was...
to do this job?
No.
Have at it.
You know what I'm saying? Some schools might not care about athletics as more as other schools.
And I feel like that's a lot of schools, though. Looking at it,
Hey,
they don't care.
Hey, shout out to Smitty. Smitty is our #1 fan.
He stay calm, man.
Smitty
gonna
always
have to be a
come
guest
through.
one day.
Yeah, we want to welcome Smitty to come on the show one day, whenever he can do it. But Smitty said it's a liability because we live in a country that is sexist. Because being a black man is a liability because of how our country is, and it's crazy. Manny May Jr. said it's a lot of ADs that need to go too.
Amen.
I'm gonna chew my chicken. And shout out to Fetty Wings
Well,
again.
I have a situation. So when the Springfield job came open 3 years ago. Matter of fact, when I got right before I got the Orange job. So it was open. I think somebody ended up texting me is like the job open. So I'm like, I'm about to apply. I apply, I got an interview, killed the interview, got the job. But let me tell you what they told me.
This is true story, y'all.
We said
That's facts. I got the
he
story
said,
too.
we loved you. You got the job, but as soon as he said but, he lost me, right? But he's like, but we have somebody that's in the building that we want to take the job, and I would really like for you to be his assistant.
You can run everything that
But
you
you can't
interview
have the
for.
title.
And
But we just going. But he's had his feet wet, so we want him. She was on speakerphone, but he just got his feet. He's had his feet wet in this door already. So you could that dude lasted 1 year.
No, you know what that's
and
called?
he's quit the next year.
Hire my friend, my friend, my friend. That's what they do, bro.
And he didn't stay, but that's
for an extra stipend.
That's a
now, I tell you
situation,
what,
though, like,
there's a school who just
That's what they
hired
want.
a black woman as their head coach, and it's proven to be attractive. Like, to the people that matter, right? To other black girls, it is proven to be attractive.
You can shout her out.
No, I ain't gonna shout her. That's my opponent, bro. I ain't shout nobody out.
I'll shout her
but
out.
can you mumble so I can read your
I'll
name?
shout out Eric
Oh,
Haney.
it's Erica Haney at Central. Like, I love her to death, right? Like,
shout out to
it's not a
Erica.
diss to her, me not shouting her
Doing
out.
good
It's just
things
that I'm
over there.
a
Oh,
player
yeah, I
2
feel
times
it.
this year, so I ain't about to be like,
Doing
oh,
good
Yeah,
things over
yeah.
there.
because
Well,
the
She
kid.
brings a ton of experience.
But she also brings these kids don't know Erica Haney, the basketball player.
Right, right.
They know black women that knows how to play basketball, and I trust her because we have that common bond.
but knows how to play, has been a player, has won at every level.
Has been a coach.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, like
So-
those things matter. So
She's
when
been AD.
And
so she knows.
so shout out to the ads who see the big picture, right? Like when you dealing with diverse groups of people, you got to have some representation there. Like there just has to be some representation.
Yeah. So as we move on, you know, one of my next things that I want to talk about is what are your parental expectations? I mean, as coaches, and we kind of touched on it last week, but I just wanted to just kind of clear the air, if you can, just give a soundbite on when it comes to parental issues as a coach. What's some things that you expect? What's some non-negotiables? What's some some things that you know, like if you come into my program, or if I can tell you to go into any program, this is how it should be. Well, anybody?
Well, you were at my house the other day when I had one-on-one conversations with parents. Like, this is where we are, this is what we're doing, and this is kind of what's going on, and you need to be aware of what I'm doing with your kid. Like, and that when they come home frustrated, when they come home sad, when they come home, whatever, it's not because anybody put harm to them, right? It is literally because we are creating an environment where it's uncomfortable, and they're going to be uncomfortable, and they're going to have to get through that, and you need to be aware of that as a parent. Like, because I don't know, parents ain't always in the business of making their kids uncomfortable. No. But that's kind of my job, right? Like, that's part of my job is to put you in uncomfortable positions. But I had one-on-one conversations with everybody on my team and their parents on FaceTime in lieu of having like a real parents meeting. But I don't know if I ever have a parents meeting now because that was way more intimate and personal.
I don't talk to parents.
Really?
So talk to that. Talk. What you mean?
Why would I?
So there's never a time you talk to parents?
I do and I don't, but at the end of the day, like I explained to my parents, I'm building young men with responsibility. I treat this like a job.
Mm-hmm.
This is a job, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking to my employee, like I'm talking to you. So we got presence at this time.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be here at this time. Why should I email your mom today? You know what I mean? I just told you what time to be at work tomorrow.
Right.
I'm not doing that.
I ain't talking about that
You
kind
know
of
what I
stuff
mean?
with no parents.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm not doing it at all. You know what I mean? I'm not sending out emails every day like, oh, this is a reminder. No, I just told you, you go home and tell your ride or mom or whoever need to get you there. I'm not doing it. I'm not talking to them.
I feel that. I definitely feel that.
I'm not talking. I just told you, man. Why do I need to follow up? Oh, you know what I'm saying? Did Jimmy tell you we got practice change? No.
See, y'all send emails.
Like, no, I'm not doing that text message or nothing. You know what I'm saying? But what I do have is a parent rep, right? You know what I'm saying? So if I do need to send an email out, I talk to her. She'll send an email out to all the parents. Boom. You know what I'm saying? So I can respond through the emails that way. But other than that,
You got a rep. You hear that? Like what?
Mommy Valley stuff.
You got a rep.
parent rep, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Parents want to be involved some type of way, so somebody gonna help. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna find you a position.
I know.
Send these email outs for me, and I don't have to talk to her.
I know
If it's something
for me,
serious,
like,
I'm fine.
The first thing that I tell parents and kids the same is like, I got a transportation business, but I ain't no taxi. I am not. Am I there to help in a time of need? By all means. But every day to and from, absolutely not. I am not. I am not and will not.
You sound serious.
Right, he's serious right now.
Man, you ain't even been on the job 3 months yet.
And they all stem back from when I coached 7th and 8th grade, and I just can't get this image out of my head.
Carpool.
I had 9 kids in my truck, and I was pulling up to houses.
With cars in the
And it was
driveway.
I'm like,
No, not only cars, but we talk about Escalades with 24. Hey,
That could have carried all them damn kids you had.
but real quick, we gonna go to a commercial break real quick, and hey, just stay with us real quick. Keep us locked and loaded, man. You watching Sidelines.
You are listening to the Underrated Sports Podcast, presented by the 419 Grind. All sports, all the time. Available on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and everywhere podcasts are heard.
Yo. No, I'm just joking. We were talking at the break. One of the questions we had kind of been discussing that was on like our little thing. Chris, can I just say, like, now that you ain't coaching, how organized you are?
Oh my God.
This dude gonna hit us up like, oh, I'm here at 9. Like, sir, I know you ain't got nothing to do now, but you ain't about to be putting all these time constraints on the rest of us. I was like, man, this dude's so organized. He ain't got nothing to do now. He just sitting at home. Like,
pause that, because I'm not sitting at home. I just got done reffing. I've been reffing for the last 4 days, getting it in doing 3-man.
This new black and white.
So I'm learning.
Black and white shirt.
Man,
if I do it, I swear to God, if I do a game, I'm teeing you up.
Tee me up. It'll be my first one. And I'm going to earn 2. I'm going to earn 2 at that point.
$100 fine.
Is it really?
Yes.
Then I'm going to chill.
It's 150. It's
No.
And you have to watch.
100.
No,
I just watched the video today.
I got ejected before.
I just watched the video today.
The sports video, the laws video, I got to watch that.
That boy is about to cry.
You better watch it for that fine.
I did cry.
I know, that's why I got to watch it.
I did cry because
Did you have to sit games after?
2 games.
No, it's 4 now.
I remember that. That was the year I was on his staff.
Yeah, so
It's 4 now.
So I felt like I let the kids down. I cried
He
because
got ejected with you too?
He got ejected while we were there. Yeah.
No, that wasn't an ejection. They suspended me.
Oh, yes.
That was that.
From some BS administrative flaws. But
Big facts.
just to say what it is. But I took it to the chin though. Even though
You did. You took that to the chin.
To the chin though. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with it.
Like you took everything else to the chin.
I took a lot to the chin, babe. But we can say that for another show. But I did. But I felt like when I got ejected, I felt like I had to. I felt like I let the kids down because it throws everything off. Like we were down like 17 points, and we made a run, and we were down 4 when they called the tech on me. So they gave me a tech. They gave me 2 technical fouls.
For what?
In the same instance.
I said, how was that not a damn foul? Just like that. Just like that. In the same sentence. She teed me up, boop, other dude, boop, out of there. Same one. And as a matter of fact, I was walking away.
What happened before that though?
That's nothing. We was making a run. They were 13-0 though.
Yeah.
And we were coming in there. We were only 5-5.
Oh,
it was Columbus Northland. They were 13-0. They was picked to win the conference.
Oh, in Columbus?
Yep, in Columbus.
Down, baby.
And they gym is only as big as Robinson's old school gym. Literally,
Robinson, old school.
like they make you stand behind the volleyball line to defend the person taking the ball out of bounds because he ain't got nowhere to take the ball out of bounds. I'm dead serious. That's how small it was. And so they pressing us and they just slapping away. So I said, how's that not a damn foul? Get ejected. And I just felt like, dog, because it went from 4, they made all 4 free throws. That took it to 8. And on the inbounds, they made it 3 and then got a steal. So it went from like 8 to 11 to 13 without the time even moving. So I'm like, dog, and me being gone, I'm the one who rallied them, you know.
Yeah.
It was just hard for Sharice to actually have to gain control after watching her husband get wrongfully ejected. You know what I'm saying? It was a little bit of racism in it, Tim. A little bit of racism.
Racism from our own people too, because they always black.
But that brings us into the topic though, like how is racism enacted in sports, right? And like Simone is at Maumee Valley, and that's a different climate, right? A socioeconomic climate. And Rashawn is at Scott, which is like all black, right? Mm-hmm. Like I don't even, and I'm not trying to be funny when I say this, but I don't even know the last time they had a white player in the program as far as the boys go.
Have they ever?
The whitest person on the team was Chris Dames.
Yeah, like me and Sharice.
That's about
me
it.
and Sharice, I mean, at the college level and high school level, it's a pretty diverse environment. Like you've had a little bit of both, but all of that, there's still racism and how it's played out in each of those instances, right? Like, so like at my school, well, not even at my school, but dealing with black players in white environments, so to speak, like there are a lot of like white guys who don't like black people, but they like black players. And you see it a lot on Twitter, like especially with all this Trump stuff going on. There's a dude right now who I can't even stand when he tweet because like he doesn't like black people.
Wow. Like black players.
But if you know, I don't know, amazing black girl, if who's we just talking about? If Madison Davis wanted to play for his AAU program, he'd gladly take her.
Wow.
Right, but this whole time he's been like, yeah, black people need to relax.
So he used
well, that's the game, right? Like you want my talent, but you don't want me.
That's often.
You don't want my hood shit. You don't want me to be in there like.
That happens so frequently, bro.
You don't want my tattoos, but you want my game.
And I don't even look at it like that. Like, you know, but that happens so often where people are, I guess they take the L for the sake of for the win. They take the loss of coaching the black kid, you know what I'm saying, of handling or dealing with Adrene, all right? But we gonna win though, right? But we gonna win, so everybody kind of. I didn't even think about that like that, you know, because I was that kid when I was growing up. I played AAU baseball. And I was the only black dude, and I used to listen to it. Now, man, it's all bringing back
Guys, what
memories.
you steal bases?
Yeah. No, for real, still bases.
Get walking, steal bases.
Yeah, for real.
Be fast.
But
speedy.
Don't be better than their kid.
Yeah.
You know, I remember hearing like the conversations that I had to kind of shy away from because I couldn't respond because as a kid you really don't process like wait, did they just
Mark, where you at?
You don't process it till you get older. Like,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
So you ever seen any of that? You've been in the black sector. You've been in the black sector probably for all your. Oh no, you was at St. Francis.
But even if you think about the idea for Rayshawn and just to shape it, the amount of support you got at one place, like administratively, is not the same you get at the other place. And it's still the same sport, right? Like we're still talking about needing the same exact things,
Yeah.
but not getting the same exact support. And it's different even within the schools that are within the same circle as yours, right? Like I feel like at that school in particular, you don't get, I mean, I've been there, right? I coached there. You do not get the same amount of support or the amount of support that you need. And there's really no difference other than the fact that a lot of the kids don't have the means, right? They don't come from the place where, you know, people are going to be able to throw a whole bunch of money in the pot. And that's still racism, right? That's still, or classism, if that's what we want to call it.
Yeah,
but
it's more. Everything is more leaning towards classism than racism.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what class do you fall under? And here's how I'm going to treat you. So like, if you go into a school that's always been known to win, and you've been always known to lose, if it's a good game, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be a good game. And the refs is going to call it like it shouldn't be a good game. So, dang. And you know what? I found myself even thinking about it as I'm running down the court reffing today. Like Rogers scrimmage in St. Ursula. Rogers down. And I'm like, dang, ain't no way St. Ursula should be in this game. But I had to check myself because those are the same things that I used to always think about refs doing in the middle of a game. You know what I'm saying? Now Rogers made a run, ended up coming back, but
How can you say a team should never be down to somebody?
no. That's the classism part because I'm gonna tell you, it's been games that I've coached, bro, that you can look at the refs.
You can't judge me based off the.
You can look at the refs. You can look at the refs in the warm-ups, and you can tell during the warm-ups they had their mind made up.
Who gonna win?
Oh yeah.
We're gonna be out of here early. This is gonna be a quick one today. Sure. And then next, you know, they actually reffing the game. Yeah. It's a rally.
Yeah, that was half my season this year.
But people don't know, like every time I play Rogers, like the first 5 minutes, it's always been close. It's always. It ain't never been a time Rogers has blown me out the gates. As a matter of fact, we had like 5 straight steals on Rogers last year. The first time we played them, 5 straight steals, end up missing them, getting fouled or whatever the case may be, and they end up making a run, end up blowing us out by 30, 40 points. But we were in the game. Like we up 10 zip. We up 10 zip. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We up 10 zip off those steals. If we score.
Yeah.
But the refs already had it determined. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So that for me, I also think it's more of a socio-economic thing too.
And I think really the biggest difference in the public sector from the private sector, money and no money, is that in the public sector everything has to be equal. So you're a public entity across the board. It's got to be the same for school A and school B and school C. So you can't have the diversity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like school A can't have 7 paid coaches, and just because this school over here wins, they get 17 paid coaches. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta have that equal across the board.
Where's the equality? Because it ain't equal across the board.
It's
because not. I'm not even speaking to that, but boys basketball or boys sports get treated way better than girls sports. There's a time we got kicked out of our locker room so that the boys from the other school could come in and put their stuff in there while we got practice. How does that work?
That's deep.
Because they're boys. Why we can't kick them out when the other team come
Y'all
and
was
put
winning.
their girls down there? We're the better team.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, ain't neither one of us going to no city championship, but our record is better than y'all's, and here we are getting kicked out.
AD's not being organized. It's not knowing where to take them. That's all.
No, that's not it.
Knowing.
That's not it.
It's just not a care. But that's the
Because-
class. That's another class, right
That's a
there.
cla-
Like,
yeah.
that's a
Yes,
class.
that
Boys
is.
basketball,
That's a
girls
class.
basketball.
That's sexism.
And you see it. You see it. We can start breaking down a lot of different things, and you will see that it's happening every single place. But even let's even take it a step deeper. Go ahead.
I would even venture to say that racism is definitely played a part in the officiating sector of sports
you're a
and
ref,
basketball.
and you're a ref.
So like just being as a coach, I can't say 100%, but I'm 99.9% sure that because I was a black coach at a Catholic school, it was officials that came in with a mindset like, oh, he there again this year? Oh, I got something for him. And I'm not even a coach to get teed up or yell at you or ride you.
Make it, you know what I'm saying, have a decision of the game. Don't make them
But it don't.
involved.
But they don't have to.
They come into it.
They don't have to because they come into it with a mindset
Yeah.
that's what's going to happen.
It's some school districts that's
because
like,
they
you already know.
racist. Like they're racist. Like flat out, blatantly. I had an official.
Are they
come to me.
racist or are they
They're
racist?
Wait, I had an
Friends
official
racist.
come to me
I'm just trying to-
in a timeout. I'm in a timeout. Kid get knocked on the floor, whatever. He said, I go out. He said, so I asked him, what happened? He was like, only way you talking to me is if you get a timeout. All right, timeout. Now, he go to the middle of the floor, so I come out to the middle of the floor, and I say, hey, what happened? He was like, I said, I need an explanation. He said, I don't got to explain nothing to you. And then he said, I called what I called. What you going to do about it?
Also, you
And
want to
step
fight.
to me. You want to fight?
Now you gonna use his power.
He like took a whole step towards
Now
me.
you wanna
No,
use
what you
his power.
do? What
Man,
you do?
Turned
It
around
took-
to go get a clipboard.
Chill out. It took everything in me because first thing I know I got 12
Hey, Manny,
kids
chill on the
behind me.
track.
I got 12 kids behind me. You know
Done
what I'm
it,
saying?
been there,
But I
done
threw
it.
the clipboard, ran it, and Coach Key came and grabbed me and told me to get back. You know, and then
Hey,
after
ref-
that, Coach Key dealt with it. I
Hey,
let him deal with it.
A ref pushed
I
me
leave
one
that to
time.
you.
You was the,
Mo
Mo
you
did get
You was
pushed.
the assistant.
Hey, a ref pushed me one
I
time.
was the head coach.
Y'all out here ready to fight refs.
No,
I've
he's
never
getting,
been.
they getting bullied by refs. is what it sounds like. And I can't wait to do a game so I can do the same
The
thing.
referee
And
mafia.
let me tell you this. If y'all get bullied by them other refs and y'all don't let me bully y'all,
I ain't
know
getting
something.
bullied.
No,
Don't
listen
worry.
though. If your
Don't
first
worry.
take, hey, look, if your first take against a black man, you racist.
You racist. You racist. It's gonna be clear. It's gonna be clear.
Let it be a friend or something. You
Or
racist. That's
I
gonna be
lose
class.
either way because it's gonna be like people like Lex who's sitting back here. It's gonna it be your own people. You know
your
what I'm
own
saying? Like it be your own people. But bruh, like no.
You tee me up every time you run by me. I'm gonna be like, really, Chris?
I'm just gonna
Really,
trip you. I'm
Chris?
gonna trip you the next time down.
But speaking of Lex's term, it be your own people, right? Like, it literally was a ref. I kid you not. This is exactly what I
It
said.
literally pushed me.
This is what I said, bro. This is what I said, Mo.
Oh, official really pushed.
Hey, there was a scuffle. There was a scuffle at the end, at going into halftime with no time on the clock, right? The kids try to beat the clock. They diving on the ball. They both like one is bending over. My player is on the floor wrestling forward. They tugging. She snatched the ball and she throws it up like that and rips through her hand. It caused a foul. I said, "Come on, ref, that's BS." What? Boom! I didn't even cuss. I said, "Come on." I walked right by him. "Come on, man, that's BS." What? Boom! So while we walk in the locker room, they shooting free throws.
2 T's?
No.
Oh, just one. Oh.
But I'm saying
Boy
is
got a
like,
lot of T's. We ain't gonna talk about this. Look how many T's he got.
I've only had 3 T's. 2 of them happened in one game, and then I got that one.
Yeah, that's tough.
Oh, your T's was memorable.
You only had
Memorable
one.
technique.
Man, listen.
I should have been ejected.
They told me they take me because they heard what I said. I
was
wasn't
y'all
even
getting
talking to
text? I don't even entertain.
It was a woman, a white woman. She was all the way on the other side of the court.
That boy Manny is cutting up.
I turned around to the audience like, what type of call is that? And she teed me up. She said, I asked her why she teed me up. She said, because I heard what you said. I said, even though I wasn't talking to you? Yeah, I heard it. Okay.
I don't even outside the court.
I don't think that's illegal. Like, I ain't talking to you like I'm on my bench.
Man, I really don't entertain refs at all. Like, I don't even talk to them. Like,
and you know what's the funniest thing?
Unless I might say something.
I generally always tell the ref,
it's not going to change anything.
It's my job. Part of my job is riding you. Like, that's part of what I'm supposed to be doing.
I am because I got to let my kids also know that I got
to ride with them.
No, listen. My kids know I would defend them. But I'm not about to ride you the whole time about nothing.
I ain't going to ride you the whole time.
I remember.
No. If it's a situation, I'm going to ride. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to defend my kids. But other than that.
Hey, listen. I remember when Moan was coaching one time. And I always, go watching coach. And I sit right behind the bench. And you talk about defending the kids, and he don't really talk to the refs, right? So he go to them. He's getting into them, and pushes his glasses up. With his middle finger, pushes his glasses up with a finger.
Argument over.
You lost me.
Argument over.
No.
He turned into a nerd. I'm trying to tell. He didn't even see what I was doing. You gotta fight.
Well, he didn't even see what I was really doing, though.
And then go do like that.
He told you that. He told you the most important detail. What did I do?
He pushed his glasses up.
What figure? Oh. Pay attention to the details, coach.
Pay attention to the details.
Pay attention to the details, coach. You know what I mean? I would never do it as a varsity coach, though, all right?
So as coaches, I mean, y'all are varsity coaches, college coaches. What's your expectation? Like, do you have a certain expectation going into the season? Or do you just, or let me just take it back. Just aside from anything, you as an individual, what's some expectations that we can that you kind of bank on a daily basis?
Discipline, I think, for me.
I tell my kids almost every day that I don't own shit. And I mean that. Like, I mean that.
What you mean, bro?
I heard it. I heard it more than time. Like, I'm a player. He's right. I'm telling you.
Like, I don't owe you anything. And I say it on this podcast almost every week, like, because I want my kids, if they listen, to remember it. Like, I don't owe you anything. I told their parents the same thing. It's in my little, like,
you gotta stop talking to parents.
Player thing. But, like, I don't owe you anything. Because I don't ever want you to come to me and be like, why I ain't playing? Or, like, why anything? Like, don't ask me why anything.
I hate them questions, though. Like, you tell me why you ain't playing.
It's a genuine question.
I mean, they have the right to ask.
Yeah, it's a genuine question.
I know they do, but you don't think you'll be playing like for a reason? Like,
no, because sometimes it's a lot of things going on.
And
I will hold grudges against kids, like for real.
I would never do that.
I didn't say you.
But you hear coaches say this all the time. Hey, you should be cool that know that I'm riding you. The moment I stop talking to you, you know I'm done with you. Yeah. Like, and then you stop talking to him because you done. Like, how that kid bounce back?
Like, I've never been that type of coach though. Like, because I always had a relationship with all the kids some type of way. Like, I never been that.
You've been privileged because I didn't run some kids off in the middle of the season. I had to pray about it and then come to Jesus moment. Like, it's bigger than just this win right here.
I'm telling you.
What's your expectations though, Bone? I mean, what do you on a regular? What's your expectations?
Really, just being disciplined, man, and having accountability for everything. You know what I mean? Having accountability, having great attitude, and communication. That's all I ask for.
Coach Doran just said his team will compete every night, and I tell you what, we just scrimmaged Bowser on Saturday. Yeah. Coach Chris was there, and they absolutely
hold on, been reffing, bro.
Did he walk in on the scrimmage or was he assigned? Because he literally walked in on my scrimmage. Was not assigned.
Scrimmage.
I don't know, a little both. I asked them to come.
Let's pause because I want you to speak to that, right? But why I gotta bully my way into the scrimmage when you ain't even asked me to be one? If you want to talk about that, refs. Hey Chris, you want to get your feet wet? You want to get your foot in the door?
He just took the test 6 hours before that.
No, that ain't true. I passed on a Wednesday. That was a Saturday. Hey Chris, I probably can't even pay you, bro, but come on, get some work. I didn't get offered that, so guess what?
Because I know you're not allowed to do a varsity scrimmage.
I am. I've been doing varsity scrimmages how long, Tim?
3 days, babe.
About a week. About a little under a week.
Wimmer.
Don't let him.
Twice.
Don't let him do it
Bowser.
like that.
But no, this will be the 5th one tomorrow at Scott. So my boys got me, but my brother don't got me.
No. Answer this though.
For Craig.
Are you allowed to do a varsity game?
I am allowed to do a varsity scrimmage.
No.
Okay,
This is
guys.
suspicious.
Hash your brother issues outside
All you gotta
of the
do is just say, Chris,
podcast.
come watch then, right?
Come watch.
But nonetheless, he paid me nonetheless.
But back to that
paid
question.
you.
He
Took care of
paid him.
Coach
Better
Dorn girls
had-
do play hard. All
They
the
play hard.
time.
Like they
Go ahead,
compete.
go ahead.
Like Coach Dorn only has 6 players. Like and they competed. Like
They always compete.
tired or not, shout out to Chris Dame's daughter,
They
Jada.
were
Like
one- who-
they
Jada
competed.
Dames.
Jada Dames competed for, undersized, undermanned, outmatched. Like she competed for 45 minutes.
she will be all district if she stay. She got to stay off the floor.
Got to stay off the floor.
She stay off the floor. I'm telling you, she'd be first team all district.
I would agree with that.
The next thing is this: Rogers, Natalia.
She a freshman, huh?
Oh my God.
She special?
She a freshman.
Look like
long,
Madison.
she can hoop,
Look like
bro.
Madison, but way more
She
in
can
your
hoop.
mid type
She
of
can
stuff,
hoop.
bro.
She can hoop.
Like be ready, be.
She can
watchful.
handle the ball. She athletic. She can hoop.
So that's that. Another girl that really probably ain't the best girl on Northview's team, but is literally, and we're gonna talk about this Saturday with me and Sharice, his and hers podcast. But I like Cameron Hunt, transferred from Central, who's at Northview now.
Yeah.
Bro,
Super long.
She finished the season with in volleyball with 530 something kills.
Yeah.
So,
She long.
So she's long.
We
she
played on
meets the
Friday.
ball.
She was all
She
state.
can
All
shoot the
state.
three,
in,
too.
Yeah.
in-
Shoot
in
the three.
volleyball.
Yeah. So for her, and she's only a sophomore. The young group of kids right now is looking real promising, man. And Toledo basketball is probably gonna make its way back around to down the state pretty soon.
Smitty asked me, like, when I tell my kids I don't owe them anything, do I think that'll make them think I don't care? The other side of that is, like, every kid in my program knows you're going to get the opportunity, right? You are absolutely going to get the opportunity to earn whatever it is you're going for. And what happens when you get inside those 4 lines is all I can judge you on. Like, as a player, like, as a person, I love you, right? Like, you can call me, anything you need, I got you, right? Like, as a person. But as a player, all I can judge you on is what you do in the 4 lines, through practice, through scrimmages, through games, whatever, right? And if you don't produce in those 4 lines, there is nothing else that I owe you.
True.
Right? Like, I'm not going to act like you're a 20-point scorer if you're not a 20-point scorer when the lights come on.
That's true.
Right? Now, if you can shoot in your driveway and make 43s in a row, that's dope. But I don't owe you nothing based on that. I owe you based on what you can produce
That's deep.
in those 4 lines when the lights come on.
That's so deep. And I will say this: one of my biggest mistakes, just listen to you right now. One of my biggest mistakes that I did is because I didn't owe them anything. I didn't let girls operate. And I will say Dorn does this well too. Like, however they play, he gets the best out of them however they play. Yeah. Like, because once you're in high school, it ain't really much that the coach is going to get you better for. So Dorn, what he do is like, all right, yeah, you probably going to suck on defense, but you going to go hard on offense.
But that's an expectation for me. Like, I'm not asking you to do anything that you don't know how to do.
Yeah.
I need you and I expect you to do exactly what you're good at.
Your job.
So if you can get to the bucket going right every time, why are you even trying to go left?
That's
You get what I'm
me
saying?
all
Like,
day.
I'm not trying to change you. I just expect you to do what you're great at. So do that. That's an expectation. And I think a lot of times we get kids and we try to make them into who we think they should be or who we want them to be.
Yeah.
And on the basketball court, that just don't work. And it's a lot of coaches who run these systems and they won't change it and their players are changing.
Yeah.
Like, we can't keep running this and we don't have the skill to do that.
Yeah.
And that like, personally, that was an issue we had at Owens. Like, we can't run these plays with these kids. They don't have the IQ that the kids you had in the past had, or they don't have the skill at the point guard position to do what they did. So as coaches, we have to adjust. So the expectation for myself is to give you all that I have. I'm going to figure out what I can do to make sure that you're successful doing exactly what you're capable of doing.
Right.
And that's just it.
That's the coaching.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. I do want to give a shout out. Somebody said stop hyping Dorm up. But I'm telling you, I want to give a shout out again to Erica. Like, they do a good job at Craig, you mentioned like you went live at your practice. Yeah. They do a good job at showing, like, if you're on Twitter, you can see clips of Central practices and how they get after it. Sure. Like, they got some twins that's there. that's like played in the program. That's like some Sandusky. Sandusky is a public school, right? Then you have a Bellevue. Like they post a
Quarters,
lot.
like quarter. I see them posting game stats.
Even
But
Notre
that's
Dame.
cool. But you got to bring some type of attention to what's going on.
Dude, that's a great idea with what's the name doing at Central though.
Yeah, do that this year because I do know.
I mean, but this year is kind of
It's
so quirky, and that's the unique.
Yeah, I only
position.
had 2 weeks to.
I'm in a unique position because we got like
All the
you
technology.
get through in there. You had kids that you might have got if it was just like a regular setting, but now you don't got them. You lose contact.
Yeah.
So for me, the biggest thing was just like to make sure.
To do like the same clicks that you use in your finger. Expectation that you have for either yourself or people.
I have to really
it's consistent though.
Yeah, just and it is. I'm consistently.
Hey, what's your name?
Consistently bad.
What's your
There
name?
you go.
What's your name?
Tim.
What's your last name?
Petty.
Petty. What?
There we go. And it's. I mean, Chris and Sharice are around me a lot. Like I'm generally always the same way. Like
Horrible.
And you generally have to. I don't answer my phone a lot. You gonna have to love me in spite of the fact that I don't answer my phone a lot.
Answer his phone. Go to the bathroom for 15 minutes. Why you?
Oh, so that's why y'all get along so long?
Yeah, Chris. I mean, Chris and Sharice at my house, and I will absolutely leave them in my living room and go like
But are you
go
bragging on
poop.
this?
Huh?
You shouldn't be bragging on this.
I mean, we like family though.
Like, everybody goes to the bathroom. Like,
We be like, where Tim at?
like Tim
Oh,
at?
he in the bathroom.
Just where Tim at?
But you got to love me in spite of. You have to love me in spite of.
Coach Micah said you need to change your diet for sure.
I'm regular.
Where is Coach Mike? I need a diet.
Where is Coach Mike? Because Coach Mike got the vegan.
Oh, Coach Mike got
Everything.
it for sure.
Coach Mike got the vegan
sure.
meals.
Maybe he can provide us with some vegan meals next week. You think he can do that?
I don't need nothing.
I think
It's
he probably
vegetables. What
could.
you mean?
Boy,
You got vegan?
these McBrayers got these like y'all got these special diets, boy.
He said, I don't eat nothing vegan.
I don't need nothing vegan.
I think
No,
you
he-
I got one of the best mamas
Shout out to
you
mommy.
can get.
Miss Cheryl, shout out
Without
to Miss
question,
Cheryl.
bro. And any life she touched, you know what I'm saying, across the, you know, man, bro, she blesses.
tomorrow.
She
Daycare
blesses.
queen, Lexi said,
blesses
and that's
people.
coming from Lexi, who is the daycare princess, I guess. You know,
You gotta learn from somebody. That's the old
Man, Matt Wortham on here talking about he want to know why he couldn't come. He wanted them.
Wait,
Like-
That's not entertaining.
I wish I could screenshot. this, man. Well, oh, you already said
Already
yours.
did mine.
Ramon, you did.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Basically, like similar like to what Sharice said, man. Just be yourself around me, man. That's my expectation. Because some people always want to be this and be that, man. Just be your. All right, I gotta go. I can't even do it. Like you just too much. Like,
That's crazy because I don't usually expect people to be
No,
themselves.
man, no. You have
But
to
why
be
not?
yourself.
Because
though,
people
like,
be
all the time.
performing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm gonna let you perform.
Why?
Oh no, I let you perform in peace, just not around me.
Yeah, you won't never be invited to my house.
Yeah.
Like I ain't gonna invite you to my space, but I'm gonna
If
watch
they
you
always,
perform.
if they always perform, how do we know the real?
But see.
But that's accepting people. I accept people for who they are.
Yeah.
You a
That's just
performer.
not the.
But
You
what's
can't
crazy
enter
is
my
this, though. What's
space.
crazy is this, because I think I've had a conversation with Moan about this before. Like, if they're consistently doing it, right?
Maybe that's who they are.
That's who they are.
That's
Exactly.
who they are.
How
Yeah.
are you
Exactly.
judging them as a performer? That's just their personality. Why? They're not introverted. I'm definitely never gonna be introverted. Like it ain't a bone in me. Like,
I accept
I'm gonna go
those,
get
though.
it, the conversation, the money, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go get it. Like that's just always been me.
Wealth.
Wealth? No.
You said the money.
Let's not
You
start
said the
this.
money. Y'all said the money, so I was just.
All right, so
just
Tim makes
acknowledging.
over $100,000 a year
That's
since he said
that's
it.
not even true.
All right,
I don't even know what
I'll
to
make
talk
him
about.
bring his tax statements tomorrow. So.
But I'll tell you what though, like the reality for me is like if you catch me outside of my house or outside of like my small group of friends, I'm performing. Like if you catch me out
Yeah, because
like
he don't go nowhere.
I don't be out here like that. Like so if you see me out like being social, I'm absolutely performing, especially if I don't know you. Right? Like if I'm out here like saying hi and kissing babies, I'm putting on a show because I'm not really that interested.
No.
No.
I
just
to the environment.
Yeah, I'm just
But that's
adapting
not
to the
what we
environment, but
normally
this ain't who I really am. Like at my house, like I'm
Why you
generally
don't
just
want people to
chilling.
know who you really are?
Cause I don't know people. I don't know these people. Like you gonna get this show though. Like yeah, and then I'm gonna be out. But
No, that's funny because
First of all, you only gonna be there in 15 minutes.
that's it. I ain't gonna be there long.
You gonna tell you gotta use the bathroom somehow.
Big, I'm gonna be like, hey, I gotta go head out, man.
we were recognized last year. We went to the 20 under 40 reception, bro. Like, let's say they would have called this dude name. You know where this dude was sitting? In the nosebleed.
In the back.
Oh, you?
I don't do spotlight, man.
Way.
But he's a nominee.
Hey, so what you gonna do when BCSC come to you like, man, you just be central?
Me, I'm assistant coach.
Thank you. No, I'm gonna perform. I'm gonna be on the camera.
Wait.
You know, I had to throw it out there, big dog.
Hey,
2 first-time head coaches in the track. You know what I mean?
Look, he said if you watching Coach Erica Haney. Mom just said when he beat Central.
Wow, people messy.
People
messy.
I just hope I get a ticket, to come to.
I know. Any parents not going?
But at Central, they shoot see 2,000, so 15% of that.
But like my birthday was Monday. I took it off Facebook. I took it off Facebook.
Yeah,
I didn't want
I
didn't want people. I don't like the spotlight. Like I didn't want nothing to do with it.
Also, you didn't appreciate my happy birthday.
Yeah,
I said thank you.
And that was you that you initiated it too.
Yeah, I said thank you.
Because I was like, no,
I said thank you. But I know you, right? Like I can appreciate people that I know, but like stranger attention, like
you don't want 700
yeah,
weird
for
people
what? Because I
that
gotta
you
say
just
thank you to all
added
y'all.
on
I don't even
Facebook
like y'all like that. Like I'll be on Facebook
like
just
that.
as a brain dump.
He don't like him because he don't know.
How they gonna get to know you though, Tim?
You don't need to get to know me.
No, why?
I got my friends.
head coach now.
I got my friends. Like everybody else get the show. Appreciate this show I'm putting on. Like and know that I'm giving everything I got.
The crazy part about it is he's not lying.
Dead serious.
But that's the unfortunate part about knowing Tim, all right? And to know him is to hate him. It's for
I think I was on Tim's house for the first time. I think Tim went to sleep on his couch. I was still sitting at his kitchen, bro.
That's probably real.
Hold on.
Wow, Matt Wortham just said he can show.
Hey man, can we call in 419 grind with Matt, man?
We got a call in number. They can call in.
Yeah, tell Matt to
go ahead.
540-3566.
419 Matt 540-3935. 419 what?
540-3566. Since you couldn't
You
come,
must be broke. You ain't good with numbers, man.
I ain't gonna lie.
Get all that.
It was too many. I can't do 9 digits or 10 digits.
See, that's what we're trying to get.
540-3566. There it goes in the comments.
Yeah, so Matt, call in, bro, because we got to hear from
But
you.
what did he say?
He said he could teach us how to do winning coaching interviews.
Well, let me say you this, though, Matt. You didn't win your first championship until I came.
Oh.
All right, so
man.
and then some. So
And you can't keep on winning the same championship when you gonna get past that way.
Wow.
Shots fired.
You know.
He said get past the regionals.
Messy. Can we get like a messy button that we press when they get messy in here?
We're gonna get a messy button.
Engineer, can we get a messy button?
We're gonna get a
like when they
messy
get messy in
button
here, we need a
coming.
messy button.
That was messy.
I hope y'all still friends after this.
Or petty button.
Matt be all right.
No, Matt.
He be over my house
He
Sunday.
said Matt earned it right. No, you know what?
Who said that, Smitty?
Out of all of us as head coaches, Matt is the winningest head coach in our circle.
That's
I mean,
real.
ain't nobody denying that.
Denying that. You know what I'm saying?
Almost 100 wins, right?
He didn't start winning. He didn't start winning until.
He got 100 varsity wins?
Close.
Oh, I know what?
That's
3
crazy.
years. 3 years. No, yeah, he's probably.
He
about
said,
22,
I think last
23.
time I talked to him, he told me he was like in the 80s.
Oh, he has to be. Yeah, he's had about 17, 18 win seasons at least.
That's crazy.
In the
At
80s.
least.
So his
yeah.
expectation
His
is to
expectation.
crack that.
Yeah, he got to
this
get 100
year.
wins in his fifth
With
season.
or without a season.
Till then,
Yeah.
Messy.
my boy.
Where is Matt? Is what I'm trying to figure out.
Call in,
Yeah.
Matt. We on your heels, bro.
Oh, you said Smitty must have had a few drinks or something, because Smitty is instigating.
Smitty always instigating sober.
look, Smitty must have his bourbon and his cigar. Cause
Hey, Smitty, man, you know what I'm
got his
saying?
robe
Chris
on?
say Matt ain't started winning until he's on his staff. I don't think Matt started winning until he started going to coaching staff with my staff. Or my staff I was part of. I'm just
He's been Blair Brothers and they've been on every staff in the city.
So be clear.
He's
What you
clear.
said?
The summer, you know what I mean? He started going to coaches' clinics.
So you brought him into coaches clinics.
Oh, I had to introduce him to my head coach.
Wow, man! If
That's
you don't get on
deep.
this phone,
Man, come set all this down, because we already know you go.
Hey, Matt,
what
you
it
my
is?
boy, man. You know I call you at least 3 times a week for advice, my friend.
he ain't trying to get blown out. Cause don't you play both of them?
Oh, yeah, I play both.
Hey, man, I think you
play
should
both of
call
them
up
this
here and
year?
put them
Yeah.
in their place.
The second and the
that's dope.
18.
I
So
swear to God, I
while
like
we're
both of
while
them
we're
this year.
there though, I know
No, Matt,
TPS
my
has
boy,
kind of announced that they were gonna suspend their season for a little bit.
It's on hold.
It's on hold until January-ish.
No, it's on hold.
Like a phone call?
Wait for
Like a
Uncle
pause.
DeWine.
When I just think this is an important conversation because there's a lot of parents who
It's
just don't
on
know what's
hold
going
right
on.
now, and we are continuing on through Sunday. So if
Okay.
anything that we had going on, up till Sunday. We continuing on with that, and then Monday they have a meeting to let us know.
So I can't have my script
how to move forward.
Sunday is the last practice.
Like finish out the week.
The practice
Finish out
until
well, I guess Saturday.
It's because the building closed.
Yeah. So, I mean, I still got stuff going on, and I'm just continuing on. Like,
man, that's crazy.
I got a game December 1st. You know.
Absolutely, but that's the thing, and that's where football didn't get that luxury to be like, we gonna coach until they shut it down. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it was like we heard it through the news. You know, it's kind of like what y'all did, but they still gave y'all directives, still go, and which is good because now you still coaching. Like, we shut it down, and it was like, don't do nothing, don't say nothing, don't meet, don't talk, don't pass go, don't collect $200, and now kids like, well, I'm out. Like Ross Allen Wilson, did you see what his running back did at Central?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, so that's a whole different game changer.
When was y'all supposed to play your first game?
December 1st was our first game. The girls actually start Friday.
They'll
actually play a game on Saturday.
Oh, so wait, so
girls start this week.
Yeah,
so
girls start
this
Sunday,
week. Y'all done? So they get to play one game before they shut it down?
They'll get to compete up to whatever you have planned.
How does that?
He's super scared.
Because the girls' season starts the week ahead.
That's not what I'm saying.
But you shouldn't do it. You should just shut it
why
down.
are we letting them play one game and then we're shutting them down? Like,
because
it's not shut down. It's on hold.
Yeah, but what does that mean for the people that they're scheduled to play?
It could continue on Monday.
Well, that's
Monday. I don't know.
But
what I'm saying is, if they're going to hold it, then they kind of have to make a decision before.
Because teams got to fill the gaps and drop.
Play that game, and that's probably why they playing the game so that that team don't like the girls don't have to. But the next week, yeah,
I'm talking about the next week.
But guess what, though?
AD's already been preparing themselves for this.
Speaking of that, Dayton Public School District put it out that they're suspended. They suspended everything, no practices or anything until January. So like they ain't even continuing on. They just shut everything down until January.
In high schools?
Shaker
Heights and another place did Cleveland.
So what happens
Mentor.
is
they did that in Michigan too, right?
Mentor got 4,000 kids. That's crazy.
Yep, that's what it's.
That's a lot of kids.
Yeah, I'm saying that's a lot. You know, but what you would start seeing, and I think TPS did the same thing then. Like they stay in communication with like the partnering or the. I would say the
ones that kind of have the same makeup as you do.
Who are y'all in conversations with? Because y'all ain't stopped nothing yet.
Just the track. But there's the issue, and that's what I was going to bring up. Like, a lot of people bring out the race of it all.
Oh, we got a caller. Okay.
Let's get him in. Oh, it is Matt.
Matt Wortham.
Defend yourself, man.
Till dead.
Oh, y'all ain't got your headphones.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we can't hear nothing. We ain't even got none.
Let's go a pair right here.
Can I get him?
Oh, wait. Take it that way.
I'm good at he said, she said. Give us a second, Matt.
Hold on, Matt.
We wasn't ready for you because we didn't think you was calling. You had to get bullied. You had to get bullied into calling, man. What's going on? Nothing on the headset.
He's not a good translator either, though. So.
Matt Wortham, what's going on, man?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up, bro?
How's it going?
Man, make it quick.
Yeah, bro. We need to hear you.
Why you not here for one?
You know, well, we've had some bad days, so we had to practice
turn
the
into my Angelou on the line. Like
you know,
there's been no crystal stare.
Mom just said that I gotta make some adjustments and finally make it out of regional. So we had a bad scrimmage yesterday. So you know, good coaches we try to adjust. I don't know what you guys do. I don't know.
Adjust. Oh wow.
Tell him, Matt.
Does it take?
So, you know what? No, it takes 5 for me.
Boy, you lucky you ain't coaching college. You'd have been all in compliance. So Matt, I
got to take advantage of my gym usage while I got it.
Yeah, you got it Saturday, huh?
There's no coach shadier than Matt Wortham. That boy be throwing the shots.
So we practice from 3 to 6, and then I let them eat lunch, and then we practice again from 6:30 to 9.
Okay, Vivian Stringer.
Really?
You don't think those problems were fixed from yesterday?
I'm sure they were fixed, and I'm glad you fed them. I hope you fed them Fetty wings. What you feed them?
No, I'm dead serious.
What you feed them?
Ham sandwiches.
No, they said they set up. They didn't I just show you we lost? I don't go in my pockets when we lose.
Oh my goodness!
He said he don't go into his car too.
He don't go in his pockets when they lose.
Wow, that's amazing. So with that being said, Moan was talking mad junk, bro. Like Moan was talking mad junk about you. He said that if it wasn't for you, because I mean,
wasn't for him.
If it wasn't for him, you wouldn't be a winning coach because he taught you how to win by exposing you to his head coach, who he comes under the tutelage of, Travis Lewis, and they taught you to get to coaches clinics, and they took you to coaches clinics. Is that
All right,
true?
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Like, in order to be a good coach, you got to be a professional thief.
A professional what?
Thief.
A professional thief.
Way to use your
And
words, man.
I don't know many good coaches who didn't steal or do or copy anything that somebody.
It's getting real criminal on this call.
See, Matt.
Oh yeah, right.
See, Matt, this is why I'm helping you. No, this is why I'm helping you win. No, this is why I'm helping you win another championship here. It's not a thief. It's called incorporating. Okay. All right. We don't want to criminalize yourself right here for stealing anything. You incorporate. All right.
I haven't stolen in a long time, so I just wanted to sound like big and bad.
See you next
Man,
week.
tell Matt we ain't about to sit here on the phone with him all this time. He don't want to come.
So why wasn't you here? Is the question that Sharice wanted to know.
I told you we practiced at 9:30 today.
Man, tell him we'll see him next
Hope
week.
to see you next week, bro.
Since y'all ain't got practice.
Stay up.
I ain't got practice.
That's the day before
Hey, Trace, you
Thanksgiving.
make my seat look a little better, though.
Perfect
You said you
time.
make his seat look a little better. I actually think she did a pretty good job, Matt.
Next Wednesday, the day before.
She can have it. I'm out of.
I don't know, man. I be cooking
We ain't really
dress
doing
on.
Thanksgiving, so
Hey, you know what? Next Wednesday,
We
Matt.
can do Thanksgiving right here.
Hopefully, Uncle
what y'all
DeWine.
doing?
Hopefully, Uncle
somebody
DeWine
gonna
let
cook
us to
for us.
do
We
it.
gotta worry about the
Oh,
cooking.
But you take care, Matt.
It's a curfew. Huh?
No, but hold on.
Jax,
Tell Mo that tell Mo he just tried to teach. He said he taught me something, but what about that 25 banger that we put on him and put him out the tournament? Teach that.
When you said 25,
We're gonna put you on, put 25 on you and put you out the tournament.
on who?
He sat on that bench. Hey, that guy with that Scott.
I was
That
definitely
guy
on
with that
that
Scott
bench,
hat on. He sat
and
on
I was
that bench.
devastated.
Oh, now it's us.
Hey, and
The guy with the
I was on that
Scott
bench
hat
and I
on. He
was
sat
hurt.
on that bench
To
too.
my
said the guy
core.
with the sky hat on, but it ain't the sky hat. It's Mud Maid. Shout out to Mud Maid.
Whatever, the Scott
Girl,
jacket. Ain't
girl,
no way you beat a
Home with the
nigga.
$85
I ain't
hoodie.
been doing nothing but giving you props, and you want to come for me?
Ain't no way you beat a team by 20 then lose by 25. That's awful.
I agree with
Ain't no-
Sharice.
Wow.
You gotta
What'd
show
he say?
up if you
What'd he
got
say?
all that to say.
Yeah, he said he'll
Nothing.
talk to you later, Matt. We'll holler at you later.
Click.
Deuces. Yeah, man. So, Matt, if you're still listening, if you ain't in your feelings,
You definitely gonna be in this feelings tomorrow.
we
We'll
hope to
talk
see you
him on
next
Saturday.
week. But yeah, man, that concludes the show, man. We want to talk to you next week. We see you again, man. Until the next time, man. Catch you on the sideline. And listen.
I gotta lose some weight before next week. This camera got me looking fluffy.
No, I don't think it's the
I need
camera.
wow.
It might be the sweater.
It could be the whole thing. I ain't gonna lie,
Messy
but like you ain't gotta
button.
say that on
Or you can
camera.
scoot back
Messy
from the table a
butt.
little bit, bro.
No, it's just it's fluffy at the bottom. It's COVID.
I never said my expectations, bro. Listen, let me tell you. What you gonna get from me? You gonna get my genuineness, bro. Whether you like it or not, you gonna get it.
Oh, you definitely gonna get that.
You gonna
You
get
know.
it. You may not
can
like
agree
it.
with that.
And look, they be like, "Why you don't like her?" I don't know why I don't like it. But just know, I understand. I understand why you don't.
It's funny you say that because that's how my Facebook personality is, right? Like people really don't like me on Facebook
Oh,
because
so you
I
two
don't.
different people?
Yeah, because I don't talk that much in real life. I definitely don't talk that much in real life.
do talk
If it wasn't for Facebook, most of y'all never see me.
We gonna have to,
You never see me in real life.
Do they see you on Facebook?
but
Well, like you never hear from me, you never get my words or nothing.
But we
They don't
gonna
see
we
you.
gonna actually gonna bring that on next week. All right, we're gonna bring that on talking about Tim's Facebook presence and Coach's Facebook presence. So we'll see y'all next week on the sidelines, man.
Adios.
Listen, if you on the sideline, just stay on the sideline, or just get in the damn game. Deuces.